It's 4 days to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. It's 4 days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. It's 4 days to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. It's 4 days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. It's 4 days to Halloween.
Yes, kids, you too can own one of the big Halloween 3. That's right, 3 horrific masks to choose from. They're fun, they're frightening, and they glow in the dark.
Phone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call.
I'll be damned. He showed up.
Call, say or dial 5 now.
Beep.
Thank you for using
5.
Robotel Link.
Hey,
What's up, man?
what? I almost forgot.
You almost forgot.
Nothing.
Well, I'm glad you almost didn't.
Yeah,
I'm glad you didn't too.
I went to call someone, and they didn't answer. I'm like, I'm supposed to call someone right now. I know it. Because normally I have my it vibrates and it goes off, and it tells me what I'm waiting on. Yeah, my bad.
That sounds like
in the cell anyway.
That sounds like an AT&T commercial. I forgot to call somebody, but I know I got to call someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sharon's here again.
Oh, hi, Sharon, but I can't hear her.
Hi.
Yeah, she says hi.
Yep.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
She's getting there. She says.
You getting there?
Yeah.
Getting there.
Well, we're all getting there.
Yes,
Slowly
Exactly.
but surely. Yeah, so what's going on, man?
we're hanging out. We're shooting the shit. We're hoping that you didn't forget to call us.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't. Actually, I called twice and it didn't even ring,
It
and
happens.
I couldn't get through. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was the third time I called and went through.
Perseverance.
Lucky.
Thank you for your patience, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, did I tell you what I seen yesterday? This transgender person across from me, directly across from me, comes out and starts banging her head on the wall.
Oh, wow.
So the cops throw her to the ground. That was her way of protesting because she hasn't been getting medical treatment. So she's like, what do I got to do, bang my head on the wall?
Okay.
So she started banging her head on the wall.
Makes sense.
So the cops, 3 of them, slam her to the ground and cuff her up. And she says, I still got my feet. I can kick your asses with my feet. And so they put shackles on her. They go to lift her up to take her to the exam room. Anytime an incident happens, you got to go to the exam room and get a body grab thing done on you. So instead of walking, she let her whole body go limp. And so they slammed her to the ground again because they felt like she was making a move on them. Because when you do that, you kind of fall towards somebody. So they feel like you're going towards them.
Okay.
So they throw her and slam her on the ground. Got their knees, 2 knees on her neck and head into the ground. And all of a sudden, somebody gives the order, and they lift her up, and they take her to her cell hogtied. Like, imagine her feet behind her and the handcuffs and it like a real hogtied.
Yeah.
Hogtied, throw her on the bed, and 9 officers started beating the shit out of her.
What?
No, they didn't kick her. They didn't use no batons. But I sat here and watched for a good 20 seconds while they just were bombing on her. Then they all leave. They put her in a triangle, all that kind of stuff. Next day, this morning, I look. Her eyes are both swollen shut. She can't open them she can open them a little bit, like enough to see the slits of her eyes. Bruise, her whole cheek is one big bruise, black eyes, and then all around her body, it's just gang of bruises. They fucked her up. But it fucked me up seeing this because when I cut that cop's throat in Calipatria in 2006, the one I got 14 years for,
Yeah.
they beat me for 3 days. They beat the shit out of me day and night. Every ship, every building, every officer. And they would come in at all hours and just start stomping me out, pepper spray me. I was in handcuffs, shackles for 3 days, and they were so tight that my skin swelled up over and around them. And I lost the feeling in the tops of my hands for 2 years. I couldn't sleep on either side for a year and a half because they broke both sides of my ribs.
Yeah.
And so I still to this day have fucking like nightmares from this ass beating. And I mean, one thing is I've never touched the cop after that though, because I don't want that ass beating again. I wouldn't mind if I wasn't cuffed up.
It was a fair
And that's
fight.
what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Of course you're going to have to fight 10 of them, but at least let her have her hands uncuffed and feet unshackled. I mean, come on. You got to cuff someone up and do that? That's what I don't agree with. Ass beating, sure. You want to threaten them, you want to do all that stuff. Well, you better be prepared to fight every one of them and all at the same time.
Just curious.
When you're handcuffed,
Yeah.
huh?
I was just curious. So
When you're handcuffed,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, in your case, none of it is excusable. They don't have the right to do this with their job. Now, when you insult
Exactly.
the officer, I can see where they have some rage. Doesn't make it okay for them to do it. But with her yesterday, did she even like remotely hurt them at all? I mean, there's nothing that she did that
Well,
would.
but here's the thing: if somebody talks shit saying that they're going to do something, you don't know if they're going to do it or not. So you've got to put an ass whooping on them bad to prevent that from ever happening. That's
see.
how that works.
Okay.
But usually you're not cuffed up and in shackles. And the only time you're cuffed up in shackles is if you actually assault someone. If you assault one of them, then you're shackled and cuffed, and they'll all give you a boot party. But if you're just talking shit, then they might jump you, they might run you into the wall, they might do stuff like that. But I get where they're coming from. Like, you don't know who is capable of what. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to prevent that, you show them and you give them a little taste of what they're going to get if they ever think about doing what they're saying they're going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Prison politics.
In our case, she fucked up by saying that shit. If
Yeah.
you're going to do something, you do it. You don't say it. You never say you're going to fuck one of them up or put hands
Just
on them
asking
or
for it.
anything like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
So she violated.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's what happened. That's prison politics. It's not
Yep.
gang politics. It's not anything like that. But it's prison politics.
So
It's
she did a rookie. It was a rookie
separates
mistake.
A convict from an inmate
Yeah.
and a prisoner. Yeah. Like this is the difference between inmates, prisoners, and convicts. And a convict knows if you're going to do it, and then be prepared for that. But don't open your mouth saying you're going to do it because they're going to have to fucking retaliate. They're going to do it.
Do you think
they're not
that-
going to talk about it?
So if she just had done it without saying anything, do you think they would probably still physically attack her? But do you think it'd be
No.
not as severe, or they wouldn't?
No, because when she came out and she banged her head into the wall and stuff, they just took her down to the ground, and then they were trying to take her to the exam room. They weren't going to hurt her. But when she started running her mouth, talking about how she's going to fuck them up, and then when she's walking and she goes limp, when you go limp, your whole body goes towards somebody, and they don't know if you're making a move towards them or what. Afterwards, yeah, they're like, okay, she went limp, and that was why. But they didn't know that, so they could have thought that was a move towards one of them and
Right.
put her on the ground. But in no case should anyone ever be hogtied and handcuffed and in shackles and do that shit. It should not happen.
Not at that stage, unless you're
Should not happen.
completely out of
No.
control, I guess. I mean, but I'm sure that's not.
Yeah.
I doubt that's their trained
The one time
restraint.
that happened- The only time that should happen in our prison fucking bylaws and shit is when you put hands on them.
Yeah.
Then you can expect for that to happen.
Yeah.
That's
what I was wondering.
To talk shit. And here's the thing. We're in a mental health program here. I'm in what's called the PIP. It's Psychiatric Inpatient Program. We live inside here. We go to groups every day. We see doctors every day. Everybody in here has mental health problems that they're trying to work through. So nobody should have to fear getting hurt by the cops that are supposed to be helping them when they're a little out of control or when they're doing things. You know, she was going through it. She felt she didn't get medical control or medical help, mental health help and all that stuff. She filed paperwork. And then she thought banging her head was the solution. Now, does that sound like the actions of a sane person that has it all together and deserves an ass whooping? No. That sounds like someone who is mentally disabled, who was crying for help, did it in the wrong way, and they had an obligation to detain her on the ground, okay? However many officers it takes, but you don't need to put your knee on their head into the ground.
No.
You don't need to put all your weight on the back so you can't breathe and break the rib.
Excessive.
That's the way of breaking a rib, is putting your knee on the back of somebody and putting all your pressure on the breastplate. So you don't need to do all these things to somebody who is mentally disabled. And there's plenty of cause to show that she was severely mentally not there. So, yeah, and it disturbs me because I'm here getting help. And what happens when I have an episode? Are they going to treat me that way? Are they going to do me like that? You know, like are they going to do someone else? We all wear blue in here. You know, it don't matter if she's transgender or from a different gang or a different race. None of that matters. What matters is she wears blue, and nobody in here is cool with what happened. You know, but
I don't see how they could be.
It's kind of like most people, and even though they'll let it go, they have thoughts in their head: is this going to happen to me? Or like in my case, I have flashbacks of when I got beat. I got beat fucking so bad. Oh my God. So bad that all these years I've never once thought about putting my hands on a cop again. Unless I was willing to die. You know, I don't mind dying, but I don't want that ass whooping again. Because being helpless and cuffed up and shackled and beat and sprayed and
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Severely inhumane.
They used to hold my legs open, and then they would come up in a line, and everyone would knee me in the nuts. My shit fucking swelled up so bad from like a hernia from where they got me. And they put my face inside of the mesh wire of the cage and then smashed their elbow in the back of my head. My nose went through the tiny little diamond and left a perfect diamond cut on my nose. I had both broken ribs on both sides of me, broken hands. My feet, they knew that I had metal bolts, plates, and screws in my feet because they check medical records to see where your weaknesses are. And they took a baton on the bottom of my feet. Oh my God, it fucking hurt so bad. I could not walk. I could not walk for a long time. Long time.
I can't believe they get away with this shit.
Yeah, don't they have cameras there that's recording this shit?
Here they do. That's why it didn't happen out here. It happened in the cell.
Yeah.
When they when they hogtied her, they ran her into the cell. As soon as they were in the cell, they did it. There's cameras, but the cameras can't see inside the cell. So there's no body cameras.
And she wasn't attacked at all on the outside, because she could probably request that. If she has an attorney, they can request that footage to see if there's
there was no punching or kicking, no, while outside, no. There was a total obvious excessive force, but you can always say the person was resisting. You can't see it, but you could feel it in their body movement. But no, when they went in the cell, they went in for a reason.
Yeah.
They did it inside the cell.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Even if they got to the exam room, there's no cameras in there either. So, and on top of that, they covered. Hold on a second. I have 2 more minutes.
These are the people running our prison system.
Yeah. That's disgusting behavior.
I think it's probably why they sign up for the job. They like this brute force.
No, that's...
Right. And here's the thing. There's a lot of these cops that individually, they would not do this. But when you're given the order to do it, you go in there and you do it. And they might be pulling their punches. They might not be hitting where they think it hurts. And then there's some that really enjoy.
We'll pause here, and if he hopefully calls back, and we'll continue.
Yep.
Kenneth Nowlin.
An incarcerated individual at West California Healthcare Facility, Stockton, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I didn't see the thing turn off. I was sitting here talking to myself.
Oh, no. I do it all the time.
What I was saying was, there's a lot of officers. There's 9 of them, right? And there's a few in there who don't believe in what they're doing, so they might not be punching in hurtful places. They might be pulling their punches. But the fact that they're in there condoning it and adding to it, you know, and then there's some that enjoy it and they're really there to hurt her.
Yeah.
And they're really there to hurt somebody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that green wall mentality. The green wall was a prison gang of prison guards. And supposedly they're gone, but I'm wondering if they're back nowadays because of a lot of the stuff that happens on these yards and in places like this.
You said
this is a
green wall?
Actually, the first time that I got this close to the state prison grounds since 2002, after I blew the whistle on the Department of Corrections from a group of guards who called themselves the Green Wall Prison Guard Gang. It's sort of hits home, you know. It hits hard, you know. It's something like a career that I wanted to do for 30 plus years, you know, and now here at RJD, the Green Wall exists to this day. I mean, they have a lot of reports going on about at this prison that there's members of the Green Wall, a prison guard gang, by officers doing criminal activity against the inmates, and there's actual factual evidence about that in court documents.
Hospital.
What's a green wall?
Yeah,
What's that?
The Green Wall. The feds shut them down, but it was prison guards that were a gang, and Green Wall because they all wear green.
Oh,
and it's like they're bricks in a wall, and they all stand together. But like they were acting like gangbangers. They were fucking people up. They were doing bad shit.
I gotta look this up.
And supposedly it all got shut down. They all got eradicated. But shit like this, man, makes me wonder, you know? And I know of it happening in other places. I've seen it happen to gravely disabled mental health people that I've been in and out of these places for the last 10 years because I like the conditions better. You know, I got a big cell all to myself. I got air conditioning. I got hot nurses that walk by all day. You know, I get groups every day. I get yard and day room every day. We never go on lockdown because nothing ever happens in here. So, you know, so I like coming to these places.
You have a life. You have a routine.
Coming to these places.
Yeah.
And while I'm here, I like to learn about psychology so I can learn how to help people people who can't go to the cops, who can't go to the real doctors, who can't go to people like that, and I try to help them. But when you have something like this, there's no helping that. You know, that's a system.
Yeah.
System error. That's a problem in the system.
We were talking about that. And Sharon and I were talking about mental health right before this. And sometimes it takes just a good friend or mate to talk to outside of a psychiatrist or the superiors. Now, with the Green Wall, do you think, to your knowledge, is this a California known group, or other prison systems in other states?
I think it's just California.
Okay.
No, I think it was just California, but I only know of it being in California.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into this.
It hasn't been around. It hasn't been around in a long time, but you know, it would not surprise me if nowadays if it was there again.
Have a revival.
Knowing some of the things I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So knowing some of the things I know, and knowing, like there's things I know that I can't talk about because it would jeopardize a lot of people and a lot of things, and but believe this place that I am in, that this just happened, is a licensed state hospital. And you're right, we do have cameras here. But those who control the cameras work for the prison system.
Yeah.
So if the prison officers do something wrong, it's other prison officers that have access to those cameras. And it's higher ups, it's brass that call the shots on these things. They're not allowed to just do that without somebody high up saying, go ahead and do that. You know, like they can't do that.
Yeah.
They can't step outside their pay grade. So who's that really on? The officers that did it, or the one that said, go ahead and do it? You know? And honestly, it's not even the one who said, go ahead and do it. They're just following protocol. Protocol says, in this situation, do this because it'll result in less violence in the end. Because if they don't, what happens is she does come out and she does kick one of them in the head and kills them or stabs them or does something like that. So they're doing something like this as a preventative for something more severe in their eyes. Doesn't make it right, but it's what is.
And as for a convict being under attack, even if you do say something, if you have a lawyer get involved, they could erase the tape, they could lose it, and they're going to retaliate even worse against you, right?
Yeah.
You can't snitch on anybody.
They do this to. They pick and choose who they do this to. They're not going to do it to a reg. A reg is like someone regular to prison, like been everywhere, knows everybody, done everything, you know. They're not going to do it to a reg, someone with respect, because everyone will rally up. But they will do it on someone who has no protection, who has no respect from other people, or nobody that's going to back them up. You know, if this was to happen to me or somebody in here that I fuck with, you know, they would have a big problem on their hands. They're not just dealing with one, and they're dealing with everybody. And you don't know who's capable of what. You don't know who's gonna retaliate, or if they might not. But what if they do? You know, so,
which causes people to look for gang protection, right? That's what kind of leads them.
I mean, it's
not just to be
it's gang mentality.
Yeah,
they pick on the weak or the ones that they think ain't gonna do nothing about it. It's fucking, dude. I'm telling you right now. Like I had nightmares the other night or last night. Just my incident that happened. I had forgotten about it for a while. Sometimes I wake up in cold sweats, and there ain't much that scares me anymore. When you face death every day, you're not scared of death. You're scared of living. You know, and I don't know, this right here.
You know who said that?
It reminded me of that helplessness.
That reminds me of Charlie Manson. Charles Manson said the same thing.
Live.
Remember? They asked
Living
him,
is what scares
are you afraid of dying? And he goes, no, I'm more afraid of living.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't know he said that, but yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking, I mean, here's the thing, right?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Like I said, every day you face death in here. So you learn not to fear death, but to wake up and have to face every day over and over and over again, that's like, it's fucking depressing, man. And it shatters your soul. It shatters your spirit. It shatters who you are.
Yeah.
And you know, you become a product of the state. You become a product of your environment. And
not just the monotony, but also the fear of being attacked just for no reason. Not just, I mean, you have your bunkies, but prison guards.
If this had happened in the regular prison system, in a regular main line, or wherever, another building or something, then yeah, like that's the norm. That's okay. But it happened in a licensed state hospital. And this, check this out. San Quentin gets $110 million a year for 36 beds, okay, to house 36 people. This place has a license for 891 beds. So do the math. They could lose their license over something like this and lose billions and billions of dollars a year in funding over something like this. So why would they do it? Like, it makes no sense to me. Why would they do it?
Right. How's this individual today?
Well, she's just happened yesterday.
Where's she at?
She's right across from me. Right across from me. Like, she's fucked up in the head. Today I seen her stand in the corner for like 4 hours with her nose into the corner, like for 4 hours.
Jesus.
Because
that's not good.
She was mad at herself or something. I don't know what it was, but they went to give her dinner and she wouldn't respond, so they just threw it in her cell, you know, through the tray port. But I mean, it's backed up and all that. It's not like it just clattered all over the fucking ground. It's in a bag and shit. She should have came and got her dinner. She didn't want that. But, you know, still, the whole point is this is not someone sane. You know, this is not someone sane. I hear her screaming there all the time. You know, like she's dancing with her demons.
Yeah.
And someone like that should not have been treated like that, you know?
Absolutely not.
And like I said, if you do that, take off the shackles and the handcuffs. It's still going to be 1 against 10. It'll still
let them defend themselves.
But at least don't make them feel helpless like that.
That's
because
torture.
Somebody might snap. They might come out of that shit and then kill a cop or kill someone in retaliation of what just happened to them. You don't know the mentality of somebody who's not all there.
Violence breeds violence.
It's more dangerous for you guys. Exactly. I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying anything like that. All I'm saying is you don't know who you're fucking with.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I think anyone...
Because people snap.
Yeah, anyone in this position, whether they went into prison with the mental illness or not, everybody and anybody at a certain stage will develop it. You can't help it. You're isolated, right? You're kept locked up. So... Of course, she's not in the right state of mind. She might have had a mental illness prior to, but she definitely has one now, and they're feeding it, making it worse.
Worse, exactly.
Yeah,
I cannot. It's like when you hear this story and you're trying to see both sides, I could not. If I was a prison guard and I was forced to do this, I would fucking quit and I would report it because I could not let this happen to human being, regardless of what they've done in their life.
I just Googled. There's a book called The Green Wall.
I've seen guys here that work in my building that did it.
Yep.
And every day I have to sit here and stare at them.
Yeah.
And wonder if I'm having a bad day, or I say the wrong thing, or maybe they fucking whatever, you know, are they going to do that to me? You know, I thought in a licensed state hospital that I would be free of this kind of shit, and it's one of the reasons why I come to this place, so I don't have to like go to regular main line and have to fucking kill people or be killed or worry about that kind of stuff. I could just worry about fucking fixing myself after 30 years of being locked up,
Yes.
30 years of locked up does a lot of damage to a person. And I'm trying to work on myself, and I'm trying to be a better person. But this makes you go on guard. This makes you want to be violent. This makes you want to fucking,
right.
Like, hey, you're not going to fuck with me. Maybe I need to show you what I'm about.
It's a domino
like
effect.
That's the kind of mentality I get.
It's affecting the person that got attacked. It's affecting you. It's affecting everybody else in there. Like I said, it's a domino
abuse of
effect.
power. It's such an abuse of power by the guards.
Right. And Sharon says
anyway, my meds are kicking in. I need to lay down.
Go enjoy your meds. Thank you for the story.
Couldn't get longer here, but
it's good. No, this is good. You gave us a lot of. We appreciate you, man. Thunder.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Sharon says thank you too.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right, Sharon.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
All right.
Night.
That's crazy. So you found the book on the green wall.
Yeah. So there's a apparently a decorated veteran correctional officer became the largest whistleblower to ever expose corruption behind the prison walls. So there's a book by DJ Vodka. DJ Vodka. It's on Amazon.
Is it on Kindle? Is it free on Kindle?
Well, if it's on Kindle, I'll definitely be reading it.
Same here.
But there's some updated reinstatement. I've just read a Californian State Appeals Board has now ordered reinstatement of 8 correctional officers who were fired from Salinas Valley Prison in the wake of revelations about a rogue gang of guards known as the Green Wall. This was dated the 2021, but on the actual date on the page, it says 2009. So whether or not that is current, but he could be right. Like, this is 24th November 2024.
Coming back in. What would cause this? I mean, who would help this bring knowledge to the current guards? I'm like, how would this come back? Like someone that's still working the prison system or a part of it or saw it and says, now it's time to bring it back.
Well, I mean, if these guards that were involved back in the day were reinstated,
true,
they're not going to see that. They're going to be like, we've indicated what we were doing was right.
What do they
Someone
get out
wants
of
us
it?
back in the prison system.
Just the adrenaline rush of beating someone. Is this what they're getting from it? I mean, are they getting funds from other prisoners to enact violence on other prisoners?
Yeah, power tripping. Or are they getting paid from the outside?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you.
A lot of shows you see people go, was it the Jesperson? They tried to get someone on there, one of the guards on the inside to kill Keith on that documentary.
I don't recall. Could be.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, no. So on one of the documentaries, someone approached a prison officer out of hours at a bar, and he's like, "Yeah, give me money, and I'll make sure he's taken care of in prison." It didn't happen.
No.
But I mean, I don't know what the money's like in America for prison guards, but I mean, in Australia, it's pretty good money. But in America, you might want to take incentives for extra cash. It's.
Well, they think that Christopher Scarver might have been paid off by the prison system for Dahmer.
Yeah,
he claims that they promised him certain duties and didn't get anything from it.
I've heard that. Yes, and then they reneged.
Yep,
he had no proof. What he's going to say?
What's
he's a prisoner against guards.
Yeah.
Yep. No one's going to believe him.
No.
Yep. That's what the guards pay on. They know that when it comes down to it, unless there's actual evidence, no one's going to believe an inmate over a guard unless there's evidence.
It's just a vicious cycle. Jeez.
So,
well,
yeah.
Good topic.
I reckon this green wall might be something we should. Yeah, I think this is something we should look into and do a separate podcast on.
Yes, for sure. I think we're good on time. I think this will go on Metal Cross.
Yeah.
It's a good one. So thank everybody for listening to Deadly Horizons.
Yes.
Do we need a creepier theme song? Have you heard the beginning song? You like it? A little bong bong?
Yes.
It's kind of a nice little.
It sounds like, I think it sounds a bit like I think
Uh-oh.
your phone ringtones.
It sounds like a ringtone. We could do something more professional. We could work on
Yeah,
it.
I think it sounds a bit like a ringtone.
That's me. That's on my little
Do we
keyboard
know
on my
any?
phone.
You know what we need?
What's that?
Yeah, we need a. Oh, do we know any band members that could,
We
riff us
do?
up a couple of notes?
We know a
Yeah,
few.
we
We know a
do.
few. Maybe you can get someone to just give
Yeah,
us an old
maybe
riff.
we can approach them and just a
Yeah.
quick 5-second riff. That
That's
would
all
be
it takes.
awesome.
My kids have
Yeah,
an acoustic guitar. Maybe they can jam something out for us.
yeah.
So this is a call out to anybody who's listening to our podcast this far. Someone on Middle Cross Radio, perhaps.
Yeah, if you're musically inclined,
Yeah.
send us a few notes. Maybe
Join
we'll
us
use it as
on-
our new intro.
Yeah. Find us on Facebook, Deadly Horizons. We're there. Come join us. Also,
Yep.
go to YouTube. We're on there too. Spotify, not as
We
much.
certainly are.
We're on there still. Some old episodes.
Not as much on Spotify.
Yeah.
And we're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Instagram. Yeah, it's on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. I think I asked you before any Jerry Springer final words, and he said we don't have any Jerry Springer beads. He said,
Oh, yeah, no Jerry Springer beads.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm just trying to think. What does Jerry Springer always say after his show? Love each other and take care of each other or something?
Yeah, please don't hogtie people and beat them.
Yes. Yes. Guards, we're
Guards.
watching you.
We are watching you, watching me,
Yes.
watching you.
You.
Sweet Caroline. No, that's different. Touching me, touching you. That's don't even do that in prison. No touching
No.
handshakes. What's the universal handshake? Is the elbows.
Oh, that's the COVID shake,
That's
isn't
the
it?
COVID
Or is
shake.
that the COVID shake? Yep.
All right, everybody. Cue the
right.
exit music is probably going to be the ringtone. So good night, everybody.
Okay, yep. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
I even actually shedded some tears, because it just hurts from what I see, what's going on still in the Department of Corrections with these members of the Green Wall. They're making it hard on other people. There's one thing I got out. There's one thing I got out of the Department of Corrections with, is I got a retirement, and it's not like the retirement I wanted, but I also got something that's really memorable and all that, and it's my badge that I got, and it says retired on there, and every correctional officer in the state wants to retire with a great career, and I'm proud of this badge. I really am. I earned it. I really did. I earned this piece of metal 7-point star that says retirement on it. That's the only thing I have left to remind me that I did work for the California Department of Corrections. Prison reform is huge in the United States, especially here in California. There has to be change.